Alright, let's talk briefly about an absolutely terrible stock. Stay away from this one, guys. I will show you exactly why. It was suggested to me in the comments earlier. It's been about 2 months since I had the time to do research on some other suggestions, but finally we have come around to Vision Marine in this case. And 2 months ago, this stock was hyped. 15th of July, for example. We can see some information here from the channel Practical Investing, where they make clear that this is advertising on behalf of Vision Marine Technology. They make a disclaimer, which is fair enough, but back then stock was trading at almost $6, and since then it has obviously fallen, because if we look at sales and marketing, they seem to be spending money trying to sell shares rather than to sell electrical speedboats, and the company is absolutely bleeding cash. But these type of marketing schemes, we see them from companies listed in Canada a lot. They will do this, and it's very common over there with packages from marketing firm that hype up stocks. So we have to be very careful when we look at YouTube videos. It could be a pump and dump. I saw one here very recently on a stock. I was gonna make sure to make a video on it, but I've been busy with quarter end. It's a busy time in my profession. Vision Marine here in this case, they're absolutely bleeding money. This is in thousands of dollars. So add, 3 extra zeros here, bleeding. This TTM here is almost 16 million, bleeding about 4 million here for the latest quarter, 6 million before that, at a market cap in this case of not even 5 million American dollars. So the market is clearly pricing this stock for bankruptcy. But they have been issuing new shares. We saw that in the balance sheet of this company. If we look at, we see it in cash flow also, not only in amount of shares issued. But if we look at cash flow and we look at financing activities, we can see that we have net common stock issuance in this case. They've been issuing stocks. They've been doing it on a quarterly basis as well, here quite recently. So not only taking on some loans in the past here, but now also trying to sell the stock to keep the business afloat. And when you need to sell shares just to survive in this case, that's not a very good sign for a business that's been around for some time. Well, then you need marketing campaigns like this from Practical Investing. I did a little research. I saw most videos on this stock did not have that many views. However, this one had substantially more. Perhaps it was even marketed on YouTube ads as well. Just awful numbers all around. I don't think that this company is likely to be around that much longer. We can see end cash position, compare that with the quarterly burn rate just from operations, and then you have cost of servicing debt as well. Just very, very bad. Look at the free cash flow in the bottom. Every quarter, man, every quarter not looking good. And in terms of income statement also, you can see that sales have been on a decline. In terms of boats, they tend to be cyclical, this type of leisure vehicles. When times are good, when the job market is more stable, people feel that they can splurge more on luxury items such as boats. And when people get the stimmy checks, times were a lot better back in 2020 for a company like this. And now, where people are being more mindful of consumption, while stocks like Vision Marine is having a really hard time. If we look at share price, we can see that it was a lot higher back then. It was not 19,000 a share as the Google information shows. This is a result of reverse stock splits that make it show like this. So a bit of an error, but not really an error. It just becomes like this, you know. If you've been around in investing, you know how it is. But yeah, they were having way better prospects in a stronger economy. And now this luxury type of consumption, an electric speedboat, who's paying for that, you know? People are holding on to their cash these days. We have a very weak job market. It's not only America. Sweden has 9% in unemployment. You know, it's very, very bad for the youth, and not good at all to be selling electric speedboats. This is of course not financial advice. You can't put all your money into electric speedboats if that's your desire, you know. This is only what I would have done. I would have stayed clear of Vision Marine Technology. But as always, I hope you guys make a ton of money, whatever investments you decide to make. Take care now. Bye bye.